For on this, let's speak to Amar Samad. He's a former Afghan ambassador to Canada, France and Belgium. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Omar. So in previous talks, Afghanistan has been sidelined when Taliban was at the table with the US. So what has changed now?
Well, we have to see what is meant by the Afghan side. The Afghan side has to be a broad-based representation of different segments of political and social Afghanistan, meaning that the government also has to be part of this. We have to see what kind of arrangements have been made, what has been decided. The government and other political actors in Afghanistan obviously have not been able to reach consensus on how to approach the peace process and the intra-Afghan process. But it seems that now, after Mr. Khalilzad has spent some time in Kabul, there is some momentum and there is some steps forward. We have to see how this is going to look like once it's announced.
But on this, what we have, how does it look to you? I mean, they're talking about a 15-member negotiating team, talking about the peace negotiations there and all sides meeting in the conflicts. Who are these 15 members?
We do not know exactly. They have not announced the names. This has been an issue, a thorny issue in the past, because the composition, who is represented, who do they represent in Afghanistan? Are the Taliban going to agree to this kind of delegation? All of these have been thorny issues in the past. Now it seems that the US has been able to convince President Ghani, other political actors, that they need to put together something that is more inclusive and that is more representative, and that has not only the label of the government on it, but also Afghan political spectrum as a whole. So if that is the case, then I think it's a step forward. I think the Taliban also may not have any apprehensions about it, and they may engage with such a team.
But as you are saying, we still have to wait and see for that. Well, for the past year, the attacks have increased significantly, nearly every second day now. So is there any hope in the Afghan people, for them, for peace?
Well, you very well know the Afghan people want nothing more than peace and stability, but they also want peace that is just and fair and durable. So all efforts inside Afghanistan, obviously, and outside Afghanistan, given the situation in the region and regional stakeholders, have to focus on moving the process forward to peace so that the Afghan people, for once and for all, can get rid of violence and feel safer, because Afghanistan has suffered so much over the last few years, and if you look back, actually over the last 4 decades.
Well, we do have to wrap up here, but thank you very much for that.